Good morning guys and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to be digging out this last section of earth. Is literally encompassed by concrete all the way around us. This is the last section. I think it's about 1.8 meters by 2 meters roughly. We've got to go 300 mil down there and we've got to go the full 535 mil down here. So that means we've got to take the shower out, disconnect the electrics, disconnect the water, and also take out that back wall. So we've got a lot of work to do before we can start putting hardcore back in, but yeah, let's jump back on it. So if you haven't caught up on some of the videos, we'll just do a quick little recap. So as you can see, all this has been concreted, ready for insulation and screed. That's been knocked through. Same round here, all this area has been concreted, full of all our crap. We dug out all the hallways, all the front rooms, all the back rooms. So everything's been concreted through here. I've put up a little block work where the wall's going to start, the timber wall. We actually put in 2 new windows if I get out the way, and Natasha can get some photos of that. And then working through to the front rooms, we've actually insulated this room pretty much 90%. And I don't know if you could tell on the mic, but this room's really sound deadened, so there's no echoing in here. Just got a last little section there. And then we've also done the easy 3 sheets of insulation in here, just in the middle of the room, and we've just started doing the cuts around the edge. So it's only 2.5 weeks until the underfloor heating comes, so we've got to get a move on and get everything ready and emptied. We've also had all the scaffolding taken down. We've had a cost for some render, and we're going to go outside now, show you what it's looking like. So as you can see, the scaffolding's all down. Everything's still boarded up though. We actually have the windows possibly coming in within the next week or two. So part of that is moving the power and the Ethernet. Right guys, so now we're at the front of the house. As you can see, we have some form of a porch. It's ready for cladding. We dug out foundations and put all the brickwork up into DPC. If you haven't seen that video, it should be coming out soon. Go over to Instagram and follow us because everything is live and up to date within a few days. So you can keep track of what we're up to. But yeah, that's the porch. Scaffolding's gone and we're ready for cladding almost. Let's go back inside and take out the shower and get ready for digging. And there we have it guys, that is the floor dug out ready for hardcore. But before we put the hardcore in, I just want to take this wall out so we can take that strip of foundation out, get it all lined in one plastic and concreted so it's all finished. Hey guys, so it was the next day. We forgot to film, but I've been filling back up with hardcore after we finished digging out. I think this might be the last wheelbarrow of hardcore. I can compact it down, get some sand in, and then later on tonight we can focus on some plastic. So now you can get an idea of how big this hallway is going to be now that the block wall's gone. So if I can give you an example, our bathroom wall will be running across here and then returning by there. So we got a nice 1200 wide walkway, and then we're going to have a bit of a cubby by here with like boots, clothes, not clothes, coats, and the electric board up overhead. So it's going to be all nice and tidy, one straight run to the extension. Right guys, this is the last corner now that I need to sort, and then we're ready for concrete. It's going to be 150mm thick, just matching up from this concrete here to that concrete there. So it's not a massive section. I reckon 8 to 10 wheelbarrows or 8 to 10 mixes should do the job. We've got plenty of chip-ins and plenty of cement, so it's just a matter of time and effort.
Taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak.
Right guys, here's our little setup outside. Got the wheelbarrow, we got the power, here's the sand and chip-ins, and Rhys is getting the cement now. And then we're gonna mix out here. Got the wheelbarrow to put in, and then Rhys will scoot it on inside and dump it in there. Hopefully it won't take us too long because it's quite late now. I think it's 7:15, so we're hoping we can be done by 8.
I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots. You are not as tough as. I'm back, you know that I never left. I got tracks and some music that you never guessed. I don't slack, don't lose, learn your lesson yet. When I get to choose what I do, I'm like a weapon. I'm not sharp as many, but got heart. I'm ready to change scars to envy, to win large and plenty. I like to play fast, never change back.
So there we have it guys, that is it, done, the concrete's done. But as usual, I had a bit of an emergency, run out of cement. It was 7:30, B&Q shuts at 8 and is about 25 minutes away. So I had to shoot down to there, grab a few bags of cement, just so we could carry on. So it's 9:30 now, everything's levelled off. That is the last of the concrete inside, until we got to do the screeding, but I'm happy this is done, and we can have a bit of a rest. Right guys, now the floor's been laid, I can move on to carry my block work through, ready for our stud walls. Once the building inspector comes and signs all this off, we can start finishing all the insulation and cracking on with the underfloor heating. So guys, we've had the scaffolding taken down. That's now allowing us to stick up the gutter snow boxes and put the gutter on properly. And if you come with me, I'll show you what we're doing. As you can see guys, that's the side of the house. Still not finished on the parapet on that corner, but we're getting there. So as you can see, we've got all this green algae growing down here, lots of water and salt coming through the wall. And that's because it's just been coming out the outlet, dripping off the scaffolding, splashing all over the place and soaking the walls. So now we can get the snow boxes on and redirect the water straight down to the ground, and it'll just run away and drain off into the ground. So this is a snow box guys, just 2 screws into the wall underneath the outlet, downpipe down the wall. Eventually, once all the patio and side paths done, we will have eco drains and it'll just run off into there. So let's get these fixed. Drill the holes, fit in position just under there. Some people like to cut a U-shape out the back, but for now we're just going to install straight up to the bottom and then drop our downpipe in. So that's the snow box complete guys. I just had to use this 90-degree angle piece to get inside the box because I couldn't get the straight angle, the screws were too long. So yeah, it's a good bit of kit this. We've got these downpipe lengths, I think they're about 4 meters. What I'm going to do for now, because I don't want to be fixed into the wall when we're going to be rendering, I'm just going to mark it off roughly that height, and we're just going to sit them on the ground. The water will drain straight into the ground for now, and we can do all the details later with all the clips and the shoes. Gone for the square downpipe. We just think it fits in better. Everything's quite crisp and clean, and I don't think a round downpipe would have suited it. Same for sort of like where we went for the OG around the front. It's a bit more boxier and a bit more different. So once again guys, same sort of thing over here. You can see all the green algae and all the salts coming through the wall. The only difference is on this one is this wall is a 400mm wide cavity, and this rubber literally stopped on the very face of this brick. So I've had to put this lead extension in. It runs the whole length of the cavity. I've sealed it all so the water can't go back in, it can only come out. I've put a little drip detail, and that should be okay. I might just have to trim the lead back at some point just to make sure it doesn't overshoot, but yeah, we get this fixed and then the downpipe in. So that is all the snow hoppers done and the downpipes temporarily put in place just to allow the water to drain properly and stop soaking all these walls. So we just go around to the other side. We've done exactly the same for the third outlet. And as you can see, same again there, just a temporary fix. Some exciting news. Next step will be putting the doors and the 2 lots of windows in. However, we do need to move the Ethernet cable and our big armoured cable that's currently going through the cavity. We need to move them, redirect them around the side, ready for the windows. We are currently talking to some people who can do render. We're trying to get some quotes and we're trying to get ideas of what finish we're going to go for. Originally, I wanted to go for sand and cement so it's nice and smooth and we can just paint it whatever colour we want. There are some talks about possibly silicone or acrylic renders, but we'll confirm that with a plasterer, see some samples and get something decided. Once the rendering's done, we can then batten out this section around this window and order up and get the cladding installed. Natasha actually has a sample of the cladding which we will grab now. So we have the 2 options to go for. We've got this thermo wood from, I can't remember where it's from Millworks, and then there's also a larch. So we're not sure which one we prefer. Obviously the thermo wood is a bit cheaper, and obviously if we are going to flip this property we do want to keep costs down, and we quite like it because it looks very similar to cedar. It's a little bit more browner than cedar, not as red, but still very nice.
It's just this section by here. I'll insert some photos now of how we're expecting the cladding to look.
So it's the next day and we decided to attack the Class B engineering bricks to get all the salts off the face. The reason there's so much salt on the face of the bricks and blocks is because we had scaffolding up for a very long time and a lot of moisture getting in behind the block work and drawing through to the face.
We wanted to use the acid before we installed the windows.
Right guys, so I don't know if this is meant to happen, but it only seems to work, like it only seems to eat into cement and the white salts. Like if I put some on this now, you see it doesn't fizz up anywhere other than the mortar lines, or the same on the salt, it just fizzes up on the salt. So I'm assuming that's like the chemical reaction trying to break up and dissolve the minerals.
Now that Rhys has finished with this bit, I am coming along with the hose pipe and just trying to get all the excess acid off so it doesn't eat into the brick anymore. So I've been using the jet wash a little while now. I got this bit clear, still salts here, but I moved on to this bit where it's so bad, and I've just been using this scraper. You can see how thick it is and how hard it is to get off. So I'm gonna keep scraping it, use some more acid, use the jet wash, and hopefully I can get it off. It's been a few weeks since we've been trying to get all these salts off. As you can see, it's looking much better than it was. And then if we go down to the front, it's looking so much better. I'm not going to show you under here because we've had the windows installed, which is coming up in next video. But here I've cleaned all of this off and they're looking really good. So yeah, definitely try and use some acid if you can. And here's a quick peep, whoop, not too much, of the windows. So get ready to watch our next video where you'll see our windows being installed. So we've seen something on TikTok which shows if you put linseed oil on engineering bricks, it'll make them nice and shiny. So I'm going to attempt to do that. I'll catch back you in a bit. I've got a little brush with some linseed oil and I'm going to pour over the top. Let's see what happens. Right guys, there we go. These ones are done here. And I've also done these here. Just the top 2 layers. So it looks good. Happy with it.
As always guys, if you enjoyed that video, please leave a like and comment down below, and if you haven't already, click the subscribe button, and make sure to join us in next week's video where we install the rear windows.